Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude, and yesterday I showed off this deck which I had opened the Friday before. I still have these two decks, and I haven't looked at the list yet, but I'm really hoping I didn't miss out on something amazing for the Vault Tour. Let's go with... Oh, and in case you're wondering, if you didn't see that video, the only reason these are open and not in the boxes is because that day before the Vault Tour, I decided I would open up 3 different decks and then choose a deck based upon its houses. I said, I was taking a gamble I knew with Mars. I went for the fun. The deck actually does look pretty cool to play. Alright, let's go with the Shadows one? No, we'll save the Shadows one for tomorrow, because I think that this one will probably have the best potential, or the most potential to be the best one. Alright, so let's go with this one today. So as you saw, it's Logos, Dis, and Brobnar. And we'll set this aside. And we're going to start right off with Logos. It's Quixo the Adventurer. He's 3 power skirmish. Whenever he fights, draw a card. Dr. Escotera, 4 power, play. Gain 1 amber for each forged key your opponent has. Doc Bookton, nice card. 5 power, reap, draw a card. 2 Doc Booktons, very nice. Petron, 2 power skirmish, fight, steal, and amber. I actually really like this card. I love that you get the steal and Logos. This and Neurosiphon are probably 2 of my favorite Logos cards, simply because of the steal. There's 2 of them because of the steal factor is what I was saying. Library of Babel, it's an artifact. As an action, draw a card. 2 Library of Babels. Oh, and Library Access. Okay, this is a lot of drawing so far. So for the remainder of the turn, each time you play another card, draw a card. Lab work, amber whenever you play it, and you get to archive a card. Interdimensional Graft, amber whenever you play this. If an opponent forges a key on their next turn, they must give you the remaining amber. This is really fun for those Library Access and Nepenthe decks that really can't like automatically win, but they just create a whole bunch of amber. You let them forge 1 key, and all of a sudden you have like maybe 12 plus amber sitting in front of you. Pretty nice. Fogify, amber whenever you play it. Your opponent cannot use creatures to fight on the next turn. And, oh no, Tribaru. Oh gosh. So every time I play this guy, my opponent always has like a fear, a hysteria. They have some way to bounce this guy. Nature's Call. There's so many different ways that just all of a sudden turns this into a huge negative. So he's 7 power. You must lose 3 amber in order to play him. Taunt. When he's destroyed, gain 5 amber. That's a net gain of 2 amber right there. But you don't always get to see it. I actually had some guy play this against me in Adepticon, and I wasn't able to actually bounce it, but it still didn't matter. The Terror, 5 power. If your opponent has no amber, you get to gain 2. Schuler, 5 power. Play. If your opponent has 4 more amber, you get to steal 1. 2 Schulers. Okay, I like that. Pit Demon, 5 power. As an action, steal an amber. Screaming Cave. It's an artifact. As an action, shuffle your hand and discard pile into your deck. Lash Your Broken Dreams. Wow, very nice card. It's an artifact. Action. Keys cost +3 amber during your opponent's next turn. Pandemonium. Amber whenever you play it. Each undamaged creature captures 1 amber from its opponent. Mind Barb. Amber whenever you play this, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. 2 Mind Barbs. Okay, I like seeing that. Tendrils of Pain. 1 amber whenever you play it. Deal 1 damage to each creature. Deal an additional 3 damage to each creature if your opponent forged a key on their previous turn. Very nice. Fear. Play. Return an enemy creature to its owner's hand. That's what I was talking about with Tribaru. Now we're on to Brobnar. Rogue Ogre, 6 power at the end of your turn. If you played exactly 1 card this turn, he heals 2 damage and captures 1 amber. It's important to note, in case you've never seen this guy before, that it doesn't matter what house you call. It doesn't say you had to play 1 Brobnar card. So you could play another house, do 1 thing, use the creatures from the house. But as long as you only played 1 card from your hand, you still get to do this effect, which is pretty nice. Crump, 6 power. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Crump, its controller loses 1 amber. 2 Crumps, very nice. 3 Crumps, okay. Well, I like the fact he's 6 power. Amber control is always good to have. Hebe the Huge, 6 power. Whenever you play him, deal 2 damage to each other undamaged creature. Very nice for taking out those small annoying creatures your opponent will have on their side of the board. Headhunter, 5 power. Whenever he fights, gain an amber. Valdur, 6 power. He does +2 damage while attacking an enemy creature on the flank. Got quite a bit of creatures here. Decent sized power. That's what I like about Brobnar. Just like how the creatures will be able to take out opposing creatures and still be able to stick around to reap later. Unguarded Camp, 1 amber whenever you play it. For each creature you have in excess of your opponent, a friendly creature captures an amber. Each creature cannot capture more than 1 amber this way. Sound the Horns. Amber whenever you play it, discard cards from the top of your deck until you either discard a Brobnar creature or run out of cards. If you discarded a Brobnar creature this way, you get to put it in your hand, so a nice way to find a random Brobnar creature. Punch, 1 amber on every plate, deal 3 damage to a creature. Loot the bodies, pretty good with all the creatures we have in here. Play for the remainder of the turn, gain 1 amber each time an enemy creature is destroyed. And the last card is Anger, amber on every plate, ready and fight with a friendly creature. Wow, it's actually pretty good. Let's see, a lot of Brobnar creatures. It seems like a little bit slower deck, doesn't have a lot of... Let's see, there was like 4, so we had some amber there, 5, okay, a little bit more than I expected. So that means we had 7 Brobnar creatures. And if you look at that, the majority of those were 6 power. That's really good. I do enjoy Brobnar creatures. They're very powerful. Okay, Fear, so we had 2, 3, 4 amber just in the discards. Then you got Lash of Broken Dreams, which is excellent. Anytime you make your opponent pay 3 more amber to forge a key, it's a very powerful thing. That's 3 amber that they basically lost out on. That's half of a whole nother key, right? So Lash of Broken Dreams is a very powerful card, even if you use it and they still can forge the key. Screaming Cave can be kind of abusive, but especially if you have like archiving cards, which we don't have in here. But sometimes just being able to, if you have some of these disc creatures on the board right here, and you have a Screaming Cave, being able to just redraw some of these Mind Barbs, it can be pretty detrimental to your opponent. Heck, sometimes it's good to use the Screaming Cave just because you don't like the other house cards that are still in your hand, and it gives you an opportunity to redraw and maybe get some better cards. So Screaming Cave is a very powerful discard. And we got this, so in this we have the Steel Guys. This is a conditional gain amber. It's very nice first turn play. Otherwise it's unreliable. You're just going to play him down. If your opponent has no amber, it's a sweet bonus. Jabaro, he's conditional to play. As said, he's kind of a negative. We had only 3 raw amber cards and logos, which is kind of low for logos. Decent effects here. 2 Library of Babbles is nice. But I do love that we had the 2 steals here. We had the 2 draws. This guy's late game amber. This is also kind of like the Terror. Same thing. Even if your opponent does not have any forged keys, you're still just going to play him. He's just a 4 power creature. And Quixo's pretty good. It's light on synergy. It's not a fast deck. It's fairly creature heavy for the most part. Maybe this is the lowest in creatures. The creatures overall are higher power, which is nice. But I think that this deck is going to feel pretty clunky, which is surprising because the deck does have library access, but it's just not going to be, it's just not going to be fast. As I said, you're just going to have a lot of hands where you're just all of a sudden playing maybe 2 or 3 creatures from a house, and that's all you do. You might not even have creatures out already to use, and just whenever you're only playing creatures and you're not actually playing out a whole bunch of actions that are getting you amber, it's a slow deck. Slow decks can win. But it's not necessarily anything super powerful. It'd be different, as I said, if there were some synergies to go with it. Then I would love the big creature decks. Alright, we're going to have to rate this thing. We're going to go right with a... it's less than what I would look for in an average deck. So it's probably around a C-. It's obvious this deck was not a Vault Tour worthy deck. Whew, thank goodness. I'm glad I didn't make a mistake by not opening this the Friday before. But then again, I still have the other deck up here. Oh, jeez. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Alright guys, thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.